Hi, my name is Irene Marshall, and I've been helping people get jobs for 20 years. I started out as a recruiter, and I wanted to be able to give you some explanation about what it's like to work as a recruiter, one of the things that are good, and then some of the things that are challenging. So the thing is, the good part of it, of course, is helping people get jobs. The challenging part was because being a recruiter is a commission position. So I only got paid if I placed somebody and they took the job. So then I only kept the money because there was a 90-day probation period. And if anything happened with that placement in that 90 days, I had to, prorate back the money. I had to find somebody new. We had to do something about it. So it was just frustrating because things would happen that were out of my control. So I can give you some examples. I was working with a woman. We were setting up her final interview. She was flying to Los Angeles, to meet whoever it was, the CFO or something. And she called me the day before and she said, "I'm sorry, I'm taking myself out of consideration. I just found out my mom has stage 4 cancer." Okay, well, of course she had to take care of her mom, of course. Somebody else, he was going to get the offer. We did a background check, and he'd lived something like 6 places in 7 years or something crazy like that. And, it just didn't ring true. So the hiring manager took a pass on him. Now, another time, I placed a woman. She was very happy with the job. It was going very well. And then she says, "Irene, my boyfriend got a job in Portland. I'm quitting this job and I'm moving to Portland with him." Of course. So it wasn't even what was happening with her, it was what was happening with her boyfriend. And then one of the ones that was really frustrating, I placed somebody, he was an assistant controller, he was doing very well. They did a random drug test. He tested positive for cocaine and they escorted him off the property. So I had to then find somebody else equally qualified who the hiring manager was equally impressed with. And of course, I was doing that money for no additional commission. So it's really working on commission. And the frustrating part was things would happen that I had no control over. I had no control over this guy, testing positive for cocaine. So that actually was one of the reasons I stopped being a recruiter, because when these things would happen, it would affect my own income. And I just found that very frustrating. So at one point, for a bunch of reasons, I stopped being a recruiter, but that was one of them. So I do interview coaching. And if you're working with a recruiter and you're trying to get some understanding about the best way to work with that person, just remember they're on commission. And then I'd be happy to talk with you. There's no charge for consultation. My website is toolsfortransition.com. My name is Irene Marshall. Again, no charge for consultation. And I'd be happy to explain more about how it is that recruiters work. Bye-bye.